Pascal, what's good, brother? Let me get this link to it. So, what is that? Why is that like that? What the fuck is that going on here? What's up, boys? Oh, fucking turn that off. Afternoon, boys. Let me just get the one else that's in him. But yen been moving perfectly since we've been calling this daily time. I've obviously got nothing else to talk about. EU, GU. We're seeing that DXY continue, so I'm not seeing too much there. Trades, there's nothing there. DTO, possibly. DTO trade continuation of what we've already had. Would have been nice. I think both on EU and GU actually. EU, I think EU and GU both had a real nice DTO. Yeah, EU and GU. GU not as nice because again we got the sort of the stronger pound. The euro's weakening the pound right now, so that's why we saw a lot easier move off that DTO. We've seen EG continue down. This is what we had this morning for EG. Didn't take this, but it was just a continuation of what we already had. And again, main fundamental right now is that we are weak on that euro, especially over the pound, especially over the dollar. I didn't take this. Again, it's not a ALG. It was like a continuation ALG. You like could have got in early in the morning, but like it's he's just been a cheeky bastard recently. But this was a continuation of age. So again, order was missed here. Could have got in beautifully there, but the continuation was perfectly fine. And again, following the narrative of the actual market, which is perfect. But the yen is what's doing. Oh. What the fuck is that about? Is that it's not on though, surely. Do you want to actually work like yes? But the yen is what's been moving perfectly and allowed UJ, EJ, GJ positions. I mean, I don't think there was positions, but in terms of ALG, anyways. Let me just get this in, boys. Bruv. Alright, let's get a TikTok then. What are you saying, boys? Good afternoon. Hope you're well, man. CRT completed there as well. I feel like we could complete CRT on gold. Like, I feel like we can complete that daily CRT. Was it the daily? Yeah, because we actually did technically take this higher. Make sure I'm on. Right, there we go. We've seen such nice rebalance. There you go, announcement sent in. But yeah, we've got some real nice movement today for the yen, mainly for the yen. EG had a real nice movement as well. Still in that consolidation period, man. Still in that consolidation period. Still trading within. So we're not really. This is what I've been saying as well. We're not like massively strong on the pound. But we're just pretty fucking weak for the euro. So, did anyone get in EG from this morning? Did anyone get in on that? That was It's Jason, what we saying, bro? Junior, what's good, man? Slaps, Jed, T1, Nick, MH, Henry, Mem, Vish. What we saying, where's Mem? What we saying, cuzzy? Daniel, what we saying, cuz? Stu, what's good, man? Bigfoot, what we saying, bro? So in terms of gold is what I really want to talk about as well. We are getting this beautiful exhaustion now. Perfect. We want to see price be coming to these points now, boys. The opportunities we're going to be able to get to continue to the upside is perfect. Again, confirmations is key. That's why I'm not buying yet. We need massive confirmations that we're not going to come any lower again. I don't think this low is particularly strong. We've taken prior low now, so I do want to see how price reacts. We'll drop down to that 15, and we'll just see if we start trading through fair values. See if we get possible reversals. That 15 minutes perfect, especially with that daily. 5 minute time frame. Wow. 5 minute time frame. Go V, what we saying, Brody? 5 minute if we take 4 hour liquidity. 15 minute if we take daily. Time frame alignment is point of words. Who actually aligns their time frames differently? Like, if you take a certain time frame liquidity, do you drop down to a time frame that makes sense for it, or do you just use like the same time frame? Because I've not seen a lot of people do time frame alignment with liquidity, but I must say it fucking massively helps. For me, results are so better when I was partnering up with the right time frame with the right liquidity time frame with the actual structure time frame on the lower. In EU cells, nice. What are you looking to short to, bro? Where are you looking to short to, bro? You just walked in my gut, bro. Oh. Immigration crackdown. Oh God! It's about fucking time, isn't it? What's your biggest win on a trade? Mine... 16. But obviously in terms of percent, yeah, probably looking like, I think maybe, yeah, about 15R, 16R. But I would always say that, right, is I do not go for those trades anymore. I do not advise going for just the biggest trades. Like, I wouldn't do that anymore. Unless, obviously different circumstances, I'd say. If you're trading like your funded accounts, right, with your trading model, trading plan, there's not really any point. But $16, 16p. No, 16R, sorry. No, 16 million. I mean 16 shillings. No, 16R. And it was on a challenge as well. It was on a 10% challenge. It was the second trade I took on a 10% challenge. Time ago. One to three and you're good. Trust me. 1 to 3 is my average R. 1 to 3 is my average R. But yeah, where are you looking to short to on EU? Oh, sorry, you said. Sorry, bro. So you might, Junior, send you a trade actually, bro. Send it into the chart check whenever we'll pop it in the chart, man. 159. So you're looking what? An imbalance to the left here, maybe? in Jer40. What are you looking for in Jer40, man? Sells make sense, especially where we are. Especially where we are. The thing is with... I mean, we're definitely going to get a retracement here. But the things I don't massively like about structure is the way we actually broke out of this range here. This range here, we can obviously we broke at this point. Which does raise questions. Are we going to start seeing PA to the upside, or are we going to continue to see it down? I mean, it hasn't respected the right time frames trading range. So for me, it's in a questionable area. And again, this retracement off here, this maneuver off here, the CRT candle on the 4 hour formed here, makes me think that price could potentially go up before going down, especially because of this here. But again, a retracement would be nice, but I just don't see many imbalances within this area. Okay, we've still got this daily forming. But I can see that, I can see a retracement there, but I just want to make you aware of, we've had that structure break here, which could raise questions. Especially because I would say Jer30 is quite strong. We've got quite a weak EU, euro, sorry. And it does reflect quite positively towards our equity market. Long or short EU? At the moment, I'd say it's sort of from a short perspective. Until this US government shutdown's finished, I'm strong dollar. And I know it sounds weird. Sounds weird. US government shutdown, you think weak dollar. But the uncertainty just raises so many questions. So that's why the dollar's going to stay strong. I wouldn't say that, like, keep that as a main bias on a higher time frame. I'll be real. Not. It's so fragile right now. As soon as the US government shutdown's finished, we're going to start getting data coming through, and we're going to start seeing where the US is at. And that's when we can only really determine a true bias. But for now, I would say we're strong just because it's just a safe haven. That's the only reason why it's so strong. It's because of the safe haven. So right now, I'd say EU is really good sells because we've got a weak euro and somewhat strength from the dollar. I'd say those positions are great. GU, still good, but you can see how less bearish it is. From, I mean, let's just look at the day's perspective. We moved off the DTO, and we've come back to the DTO for nearly 4 times there, 3 times. EU's took and just completely fell down, which is lovely. So GU kind of is questionable. Like, even in this DTO shorts, I don't know if you'd be hitting TPs or anything, unless you're aiming for just age alone. But EU, I would say, yeah, definitely. That weaker euro, that strong dollar, those positions, in my opinion, make total sense. What do you aim for, though, is the question, man. Like, we're below the prior week 50, below the prior day 50, below the prior day low. At this point, sort of, what do you aim for? Prior week low? Fair values, I guess. 4 hour. This week's was good, brother. User. Hi, mate. Can you look at EU or GU? What are you looking at for EU? Let me know what you're looking at, bro. For me personally, in sort of my headspace and how I trade and my situation right now, in terms of EU, it's just untradeable. It's so bearish. We've got a really weak euro. We've got a really strong dollar, which again is causing us to really just have the momentum that we have been having, which is just a move to the downside. No retracement back into premiums or discounts in order for us to actually get in at decent areas. Just price just moving values. So we're hitting Friday lows, liquidity lows, and just continuing. And that's kind of a problem for entries, for me anyways. Main bias right now, bearish. Can you get in? You can get in, I guess. But again, do you want to be trading below the prior day low, the prior week 50? Would you like to be selling in such a discount area? That's kind of why I'd be looking at EG a lot more, because there's still a differentiation between the euro and the pound right now. We've got a stronger euro, we've got a weaker euro, stronger pound. So the EG bias for me is quite clear. Yes, we're not getting massive volume moves or massive RR trades. We don't give a fuck, do we? Let's be honest. We couldn't give two fucks. We've been here for too long to know that. Gold long at some point. We will be a bit silly, in my opinion, to long gold right now, especially when we're trading it from an intraday perspective with leverage. I wouldn't advise it at all. We need to allow price to be strong, boys. We need to let it show us that it's going to start being strong. At no point today has it showed us it's going to start being strong. So we don't enter. Yes, we're looking for longs, but we still have to wait for price to tell us that it's going to start coming up. It hasn't yet. So we wait. Simple as. Just so we wait. Just so we all know. We just need to be waiting right now. Just chilling. Just chill. And New York's sort of the best time to allow price to do what he wants to do. I mean, what we saw yesterday was like a reverse. Was it reversal? Yeah, it was like yesterday we had like the reversal. But now we've just seen price come down. So we sort of, within our last 2 days, had a pretty accumulative array of day. Which is kind of shit. But I mean, that is the exhaustion of gold right now. We're seeing it at massive highs. Just below 4.4k, I think. I don't think it's actually hit 4.4. No, it hasn't. Just below the 4.4k mark. Bear in mind, this beautiful fucking metal is up about, what, 59% I'll make it? In 12 months. It's insane. So the exhaustion makes sense. Exhaustion makes sense. So just let it be exhausted. Like I said, if we come back into these 15 minutes, start getting trade throughs, then we can start monitoring. But we're just seeing price continue down. So really, from this perspective, we can only really see gold just do piss all and just continue down for the time being. Which again is fine, right? The reason why that's fine is because we'll be able to get some great orders in some upcoming days. Maybe next week, maybe the next couple of days of the rest of the week. Obviously, minus Friday. Bullish DXY, definitely bullish DXY right now. We are so strong in it. We are so strong. This daily fair value that we was looking at was fucking perfect. I was looking at this pretty much all of last week for price to come to. Let's see you retrace back up a nice area to sell tomorrow. That would be lovely. That's what I wanted to see today, to be honest, man. But yeah, we'll see if that happens for the rest of the week. We do want to see London session play out nicely. But the good thing is, normally we do see the euro have a little bit of strength in the morning and then get weaker as sort of London starts coming into the markets. We see that a few times. We've seen it happen in the last few weeks. It'd be nice to see it happen now, especially because we are definitely weak for the euro. And area is definitely still there. What indicator do you use? We use the Richesse indicator, probably the best indicator that's ever graced this beautiful earth. Not my opinion, it's just other people's opinion. Taking the piss. But bro, join the Discord if you want to use this indicator, man. The link to it is in our Discord, in the free chat. Or just drop a message in the free chat and I'll send it over to you. It is a members only. It is not members only one. It's a Discord community only one. It's one that you can't actually use with the search bar up here. Gold is doing insane. This search bar up here. But gold is doing nuts, man. Again, we do actually have this CRT. We were speaking about this morning, but I was not thinking that price would have ever come back down here. But looks like price did. Bear in mind, this was the lovely imbalance that we took as well. That would see price back down to like 4,180, 418, 485. Not far off. Ain't far off. That was the only issue with the detail position in EU and GU. I jumped in both to this, but my targets are ambitious. What are you aiming for, Stu? Are you in on your thingy accounts? Send me all coatings. But the session is where it's at for Forex, no cap. So glad I was patient with gold longs. Bro, 100%. But that's the good thing, Slaps, man. The way our structure works and the way that we look at price, we don't get in too early. We've got so many precautions for us not to get in price too early, right? Which is great. But use them wisely, man. Like, not getting in here is vital, bro. Vital. I mean, do you short swing aiming for prior week low? How far away from prior week? We've probably got a bit of time, haven't we? We've got a bit of time. HN, do you aim for more like weekly positions? A bit more of a swingy. Did you start to vote? 9 bullish weeks indicates a bearish one on gold historically. Yes. That would make sense. We'll see how price plays out. We'll see how price plays out. Again, with information like that, it's just another reason not to. Information like that, another reason not to be too ambitious with the gold longs, right? But again, it makes sense. Price is exhausted. Price is a bit exhausted. Coming at 160 USD CAD, lovely stuff, bro. Lovely. Ooh, you got some nice CRT there as well. Were you? I mean, surely longs, right? Longs. Shows USD CAD moving down. What the fuck has come up from? Oh yeah, Canada had their inflation, didn't they? How did that come out? Well, I can only fucking assume it come out well for them. Inflation come out higher. Wow, medium CPI year on year come out 3.2, over 3%. Trim CPI actual come out 3.1, over the forecasted 3%. Wow, so yeah, increase of inflation in Canada. Wow, so that's made the Canadian dollar strong as fuck. To be fair, they were previously in minus inflation, which again is crazy for a country to be in minus inflation. But now they're back up with inflation, which is great. So that does signal a massive strength in the Canadian dollar, especially after their interest rate cuts. They need to have inflation coming back up a little bit more now. So that makes sense. Nice, bro. Taking advantage of that move, man. Love that. Could complete the daily bearish CRT pretty fucking quickly on gold. Have we done it? We are close as shit. And we were talking about this morning, Stu. It's both. I don't know what you was thinking, but I was thinking, bro, there's no way this is coming to this. I can't see price coming to this, surely not. If gold completes a daily bearish CRT, it will come into the prior week 50%, so it will be a nice discount for further buys. Exactly that, bro. That's why I would love for price to come to this point. And again, it would be nice if we can just trickle down for the rest of the week, not get into any buys this week, and then next week see some lovely moves for gold. Get some fucking challenges past them, boys. We'll get some challenges past them. But we'll see. We don't want to look too deep into it, but that's 100%. That's right, Vish. When we see price come to that daily CRT low, we're going to see price come to our prior week 50. So we're in a really nice place to get an order. Or some orders. Which is great. Again, the pound is really fighting with the euro, with the dollar massively. We are nicely strong. That Tuesday could form the high of the week. It can. If we're looking to continue, I mean, honestly, bro, when I was talking about JFA, I really think that price could just can come up a little bit higher, especially because of that weak euro. Just need to be careful, right? Because obviously we could continue that. There's reasons why we could come down, because we are getting exhausted. We could get a further retracement, but at the same time, there isn't much displacement here. So this fair value makes sense here, and this CRT candle here. I feel like we are sort of pushing for price to be a bit more stronger now. I feel like on the DAX. We'll see how price moves for the rest of the sesh. Which 40 chart do you use, Mace? The one that's best for ACG is Jer 40 Vantage. That is the best one for ACG. It's what's closest to price. But again, I know it is kind of awkward because this is new. This is actually this is London session. This is Asia session, and the times are pretty off. But you just got to remember that this is pretty much our Asia session. 6 AM starts here. This is when we have European Open just after the blue sesh. So it is a little bit different. Any advice on passing challenges, mates? The same thing I say all the time, bro, is honestly just be patient with it. We're lucky nowadays, right? That I mean, David, I know you can trade, right? I know you know how to trade the Asian liquidity strategy. Just honestly, all you need is that strategy and just patience, man. Just be a bit slow. Don't worry if it takes. Because I say this all the time, if you can just increase your funding by like 100k a year, 200k a year, you're going to be happy with your results. You're going to be really happy with where your funding amounts going and how much you can receive monthly from those accounts. So I would say realistically, yeah, the strategy, obviously you blatantly need. You need to have a proper plan in place. But then just allowing. Don't get shoved into these stupid decisions and stupid trades and stuff that goes against your rules. And just again, bro, just literally just stick to a rule. Like, in fact, bro, before you start a challenge, just get a whiteboard or a notepad or something. Just write down exactly how you're gonna trade and trade like that. Trade exactly what's in front of you. Give yourself a step-by-step guide of all the psychological tips that you're gonna need. And bro, David, you're a member, I swear. So, bro, join the pre-Londons, man. We always know. We honestly know where price. It's such a stupid thing to say. We get buyers where decent. I don't know how to say it to make it not sound like I'm fucking. Whilst I'm talking, gold is still shit in its jaw. It's pretty much at our daily low. But yeah. Preparing for the markets, David, bro. The pre-Londons, we just prepare for the markets. We got a nice hit rate on the buyers. You trade gold. At the moment, I'm trading gold. I've got a separate account I trade it with. I'm bearish EU-GU for now, yeah. More weaker on the EU side, just purely based off the weaker euro over the pound. What session indicator is that quite like it? I'm not too sure, bro. I'm not too sure. But yeah, see, Montana, I'd say less on the GU side, more on the EU side. The pound's quite strong, man. I'll be so real. Have a system in place, not a goal, bro. That's so true. Wow, that's actually so true, Slaps. That's a very good way of putting it. And yeah, don't aim to pass the challenge. Aim to get profitable, David. Again, more time. We're not trying to. Our goal isn't to pass the challenge as such. It's just being profitable. If you're profitable, you will pass the challenge. If you're profitable, you'll be able to trade the funded account once it's passed. If you just trade to pass a challenge and it gets to the funded stage, you might run into a lot of trouble. Do you know what I mean? You're probably going to lose your account, and then it was just time wasted, right? So aiming to get profitable is way more important. If you're profitable, you'll pass challenges, I promise you. There's no time frame with these challenges anymore. You just need to be profitable. So just have the system, make sure you can get profitable. Again, bro, do that fundamental analysis. It will make you have that edge over the markets, because again, it's very hard to win in these markets, but the best way to have that edge is that fundamental knowledge. Mate, don't be humble, man. You smashed the price on the daily. Daniel, my fucking Brody. Appreciate you, man. Henny, you trade got... Oh, bro, I thought your name was Henry, bro. Your name's Henny. Henny. But yeah, gold looks like it does want to come for that daily CRT loadout. Been going over the 2025 mentorship vids again and picking up a few more bits I missed the first time. Bro, boys, always watch everything twice. When I watch, I mean, I do this with bare shit now. I've started to do it with everything. Like, say if I was to watch a video on, let's just say, for an example, I typed up and wanted to watch something on, bro, I do weird shit when I'm licked, you man. I do watch weird shit. But like space, for example. Say if I watch a space video, I want to find something out. I'll watch a video on it and then I'll watch it again, and every time you watch it for the second time, you consume so much more fucking information. It's a joke. I don't know what it is. I feel like maybe the first time you watch it, you feel like, I don't know what it is, but you don't take in the information as such. You just take in the video as a whole, I feel like. But then when you watch it for the second time, I feel like that's when you actually consume the info. So that's why I always say, boys, honestly, man, the people that go through our course once and they go through it again the second time, they're actually ready. So if you've done our course, bro, and you still win the state where you kind of a little bit confused, watch it again, and honestly, or you're there but you feel like you're missing a few bits, watch it again, and you'll be there, man. The amount of people that have told me that is, I would say, like, more than 60% of people that have joined our mentoring have done that. Gone through the second, no, more than that actually. It's just 80-90%. With G, you will sweep the higher but not go down, and EU will sweep the higher but go down. It's the market we're in right now, bro. I am an EU and GU sell. Why are you in both, brother? What do you not do? I mean, if you get into trades at once, fair play. But the only thing is, I would say, right, personally, with placing more than one trade in your account, right, I would always say, one, be careful with your prop firm's rules. Two, just make sure you realise that you are doubling down on a currency, considering you're just trading EUG. Because you've got a trade on EU and GU, you are pretty much doubling down your risk on the dollar. Pardon me. Mace, what the fuck do you mean by that, you handsome bitch? First of all, chill the fuck out. What I mean is, if we trade in EU and we trade in GU and we're selling both, right? If we're selling both, we're pretty much saying that we think the dollar is going to go, well, the dollar's stronger than the euro and the pound, right? And you're pretty much putting 2% risk on the dollar going up, right? So just make sure you notice that in terms of, from like a risk management point of view, the placing both those trades causes you to double down risk on a certain currency. Which again, if you're wrong, is bad. If you're right, is good. But at the same time, if you don't normally do this, I would advise to maybe not. For me, doubling down on the currency is not a great idea. especially in time of uncertainty. If you trade, let's just say like EU and then like fuck knows, GJ for example, right? It's fair play. Alright, we're not trading. No trades really not contradict, but no trades are contradicting for one, and we're not doubling down on any currency. That would be my advice, because I'll be honest, I used to do the same thing. Like if there was a trade for EUGU, I would trade both. But then I realised there was a big problem there when I was doubling down on you're pretty much doubling down the risk, right? And you just open yourself up to more stuff. I mean, you're placing 2 trades, so you're double risking anyway, but you're double risking on one currency. Like if I had a trade for EU and GJ, and let's just say I was selling this and buying this, which would be the best idea in the scenario, it's much better, because again, if we're wrong on this one and we're right on this one, it's great, right? It makes sense to have 2 trades. For me, it's like the same. I feel like it's, I mean, I don't want to put this in the same perspective, but let's just say you was given a 7 or 2 7s, right? We're playing poker here, right? Not poker, sorry. We're playing blackjack. So we've got 2 7s, right? You would look to split and put them into different trades. The same way I would say if we've got one funded account. I just realised you man on YouTube can't see this. If we trade one funded account, let's just put one FA and then one FA. These are okay. Let's not put it that way. Let's draw it. Let's just say you've got a 100k account here. You'd look to split, so you would obviously look to have a 7 here and a 7 here, and obviously you would draw another card and double down on the best one, right? Whatever. That's the strategy that you would. But I would sort of do a similar thing, right? I would split off these 2 trades. If you're looking to trade both, have separate accounts for them. That's when I would say, because again, you're not really doubling down on, or you kind of are doubling down on the risk still, but at least you are trading on 2 different accounts. Boys, use these funded accounts to your advantage. I'm using it to my advantage right now. And the gold, the little, I like to say modern, fuck me. I stumbled, where, did I delete that? Okay, did I delete that? I don't think I deleted it. Oh, no, I did. And that's why I'm taking advantage of the funded accounts and the modern day gold rush in a moment. We're seeing the yen flick up a little bit more now. We're still seeing gold come lower, exactly what I was saying. So we are going to see this come down a bit more. Is this trading or blackjack? This is both, brother. We can do both. To be fair, I've been flying. To be fair, mate, I've been flying since the 1-to-1s. First 3 months of having a challenge. My psychology was awful. Only really got last month, so I guess 100%, bro. Again, your knowledge is there. It's just psychology is one of those things it just takes a bit of time. It honestly just takes a bit of time, because same in anything. Enough, and this is what I say as well. It's the same thing as fucking anything, like boxing, right? The best way to train isn't on the bag, isn't on the mitts. It's not with the skipping. It's not from the weights. It's from the actual sparring. So again, it doesn't really massively matter if you're not cleaning challenges, getting past, fucking getting funded, payouts, whatever it may be. Don't worry about if you're not getting those yet. I mean, that doesn't really cause a profitability. And again, David, it's 3 months, right? Again, in my opinion, you can't say you're profitable unless you've got at least 12 months of profitability, minimum. So again, it's not like you're at the stage where you should really be expected to be there. Do you know what I mean? So take your time, man. Get those challenges in. Start trading them. And just, you got the strategy. You know how to trade it. Just again, be slow, be active in the mornings, be prepared, and honestly, you just feel way more braver, and your psychology will be boosted by that. Your psychology is boosted by being prepared But the only reason why people like really double think themselves is because they're just unsure. If you come in the markets early enough, especially look at the right stuff, you will not be unsure. Again, we know mainly where price is going. It's just the entries that, again, prices are massively giving us right now. But knowing the basic understanding of where price is at the moment, fundamentally and technically, that's really going to help your ass out. Again, GU is just a painful one to short. EU is still going to continue. Gold we're still seeing near that daily low, so I can obviously only assume we can see price continue down here. JER 40. JER 40's done pissel as well. I just want to keep our eyes on gold. There's really not much trade. This has been a horrible start to the week. Horrible start to the week. Trading your strategy systematically to gain an edge and ultimately profitability has two byproducts. Passing challenges to making money, exactly. Very good points, dude. How can I access your calls? Are you in the Discord, one and only? If you are, bro, drop me a message and I'll help you get signed up, man. I hope you get you all signed up. We're going to complete it first. Yeah, top man, man. Enjoy the day, lads. Sweet, man. You said that. You said like 12. Oh, you said it like 8 minutes ago. Yeah, DXY is bullish, bro. DXY bullish. We're not. We've not really seen too much of a. We've not seen much of a change. Bro, Logitech mouses are noiseless on clicks. Oh, I don't know if I like that, bro. I don't know if I like a... I like a click, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I like a click, man. Would you fuck with that or not? Are you reversing? Oh, I don't know if we're gonna start reversing. Again, like, we've had these little retracement moves, like, all morning. Back here. Back here, back here. Could possibly have one here. Or we could reverse. Again, we could. But what we've seen here, I feel like we've still got a high chance of prices continuing down, especially because we still have the weak euro. Again, dollar could start reversing, but structure-wise, we haven't really come lower, right? If once we broke this low, I kind of would make sense to me, but I wouldn't say we're particularly reversing just yet. And it's sort of the same with VU. Once we break this high, then I would question if we're going to start seeing a reversal on price, but we're not yet, so I'll still say we are continuing down a bit more. May's question, bro. I struggle with understanding whether traces will come to exactly. Bro, you don't need to know exactly where they're coming to, I promise you. Like, exactly what we did with DXY, right? Exactly what we did with DXY. We had all of these ones marked out. All of them marked out, right? All of them was marked out. All three. One of them here, and that's essentially where we saw DXY push off from. We don't need to assume where price is going. We have something, I mean, if we look in the lower time frame, it's going to tell us that we're going to be reversing. We did, pardon me. Now let's go into this. Let's go down to the 15 minute. Let's see if we've got any reversing type of action going on. What do we see once we got to this one? We come up a bit, but we didn't break any higher, right? This is the trading range. We just continue down further. Cool. Invalid. What do we do here? We come back up, didn't break this high or nothing. We didn't break any fair values within that area, important fair values. We just grab the Asia high and then continue down. Invalid. We allow price to come to the next one. What do we see? Right, price starts breaking these highs. Prices continued up higher. Now you can assume that price is going to start reversing. It makes sense in this area. And again, we saw left price do its thing for the rest of this day. Gave us that. This was Friday pretty much. So we looked if Monday was going to continue. Monday continued the move. Perfect. Fair value gap works. Now we can move to the upside. We don't need to assume which one price is going to. We aren't God, boys. We can't see into the future. We're not reading the future here, boys. We're not fucking wizards, right? That's not what we are. We allow price to come to the area, and it will analyze price and see if price looks like it still wants to continue down or if it wants to start reversing. Price is going to do what price wants to do. We just got to analyze and see the highest chance that price has to reverse off one of these levels. Wait for price to come into it, then analyze price, invalidate. Same thing, price come into, analyze, invalidate. Price come into it, analyze, validate. This area here. We aren't telling the future here, boys. We're analysing the charts. Like I miss trades because I wait for confidence that doesn't get hit. Also, some OBS and fair value gaps are overridden, and they go for another one and take me out before continuing. Again, bro, honestly, bro, just structure. Structure. Structure is your best friend when it comes to price retracing, coming to certain areas. Like, again, and realise that these markets are fluent in any time frame. They're fractal. These markets are fractal. And what that means is whatever happens on the lower will happen on the higher. Whatever happens on the higher will happen on the lower. So again, higher time frame, lower time frame, both of those biases are key. If you just trade on one time frame, you're going to realise that obviously there's a few holes in your trades and that you see price reversing at points that don't make sense. But if you move to the daily, then it makes sense. That's one of the things I would say definitely as well, alongside the structure, the actual time-based levels. The PA has been pretty ass for a while now. With a couple of days out of the month, it's actually trading. It's actually trending. Low count. How many age expansions we've had the past couple of months, bro? It's dumb. It's actually dumb how many we've had, man. Patient, but again, boys, we're still seeing nice profit. I keep fucking seeing back too much. We see better nice profitability still in these times, though, man. We're still nicely profitable, which is key. Activity's low, but again, the trades that we have been getting have been quite obvious and they've been nice. That's the good thing about it. Prices presented them pretty, like, on the silver platter. I say that. They're obvious trades. Textbook. If it's textbook, it's probably going to play out. That's sort of been the story of this year for me in ALG. If it's not there, it's not there. So yeah, it's been shit, but again, I can take positives from it, man. I can take positives. I can definitely take some positives from it. Trump, she's something more. The truth, I'll say it's forced me to be more patient and wait for price to be to tip its hand, so it's helped avoid losses. But fuck me, it's jarring to wait for a move to see it rip in Asia. Trust me, 100%, 100%. It's really taught a lot of people patience this year, man. It's a blessing in disguise. Take it that way. I'll be honest. It's a blessing in disguise. I know a lot of people that have started in these markets, which I think is a blessing in disguise. Started in very uncertain, unwavering markets is great. Is great. Because you get to understand the market quick. Reality, you get hit with reality quick. There's nothing worse than someone. I mean, put it in this way, man. If you're gonna get way more done in your life if you had a harder upbringing than if you already had it at birth. I feel that's the same in trading, right? If you're given real hard circumstances, you'll be a great trader, long lasting trader. Flip it around. You start from really good markets, you might give up trading 6 months. So I'd say it's a blessing in disguise, man. So I lose trade this morning. I thought later on we could come to that fair value gap, but after, because he used a 30-minute, I thought eventually price would come up and move past his entry to here. Because that would be a higher time frame move, if that makes sense. What was the trade? Let's have a little look. A 5-minute fair value gap would be either ridden by a 15-minute retrace potentially. I don't know. I don't think a 15 and a 5-minute like really contradict them like each other that much. I feel like it's mainly like 15-minute. Like with my time frame, like higher and lower. 5 and 15 to me are both like lower time frames really. But then you got the 15-minute and you got daily. Again, you need to abide by the daily and by the 15. Abide by both. So that's why I use time frame alignment. Let's just say, for example, right, you use 5-minute fair values. That means you use 4-hour liquidity. Perfect. If you're questioning when you should use a 15-minute, like for me, it's when I take daily, I will look at a 15-minute. If I take daily, then I'll look at a 15-minute or a 5-minute. Mainly, you'll just see one. But I would always say, with a fair value gap on all the blocks, just look for the biggest one in the range. For me, fair value gaps, look at the biggest one in the range. That's what I do. Find the biggest fair value gap. Use that one. More time on a 5-minute or 15, you'll be able to see one fair value, maybe two. If there's loads, then for me it's too confusing. I'll probably just step away. But you want the movements to happen quick, right? Right, it's annoying because there's literally nothing to look at the moment, boys, to be pretty honest. There's literally bizarre. Any sound tidy, my boy? Right, boys, I'll be honest, I'm probably going to jump off because I mean, I don't even need to explain. Look at what the fuck we're looking at. We're literally getting zero movement, not even gold's move, continuing to move down at the moment. We've not seen price move in the last half an hour, well, really half an hour, more than that really, fucking about 40 minutes. But yeah, Tony, send me a message, bro. We can discuss on there, man. There's no point in being on if we're not really going to be getting any entries here. Yeah, PA's been awful today, bruv. Awful. We'll see if it's nicer tomorrow, boys, but I'll be back at 6:30 for the pre-London, man. Make sure you men are in there. I'm going to still be analysing the fundamentals for the rest of the day so we can